As you step into the captivating city of Prague, a place renowned for its beauty and history, it's crucial to stay alert. While Prague offers unforgettable experiences, hidden within its vibrant streets are scams targeting visitors. In this guide, we will uncover the top 5 scams you need to watch out for. From tricky ATM frauds in bustling tourist spots to cunning fake police officers in secluded areas. We're here to guide you through these dangers. We'll also dive into the deceitful world of certain Prague restaurants and the sly tactics of taxi drivers. Join us as we navigate through these pitfalls, ensuring your visit to Prague remains safe and enjoyable. 5. The Petition Scam. In Prague, the petition scam often unfolds in bustling, tourist-frequented areas where foot traffic is high, making it easier for scammers to blend in and approach a large number of people. Key hotspots for this scam include the areas around the Charles Bridge, Old Town Square, and Wenceslas Square. These iconic locations attract visitors eager to absorb Prague's rich history and vibrant culture, making them prime targets for scammers using fake petitions. Visitors should be especially cautious when approached by individuals with clipboards in these areas, particularly if they are near major attractions or in crowded squares where the blend of excitement and distraction makes tourists more susceptible to manipulation. While the scammers may present causes that seem legitimate or tug at your heartstrings, remember that genuine organizations typically do not solicit donations in this manner. 4. The taxi scams. The taxi scams in Prague are particularly prevalent around the main train station, Hlavní nádraží, the airport, Václav Havel Airport, Prague, and popular tourist destinations where travelers are often looking for convenient transportation. For instance, tourists arriving at the airport or train station may be fatigued from their journey and less vigilant, making them easy targets for unscrupulous drivers. Additionally, the areas around the Prague Castle and the astronomical clock in the Old Town also see a high incidence of taxi scams, given their popularity among visitors. Taxi drivers in these locales might take longer routes or inflate fares, exploiting tourists' unfamiliarity with the city's geography and standard rates. To mitigate the risk of falling victim to such scams, always choose taxis from reputable companies or use ride-sharing apps where the fare is predetermined. If you must hail a taxi on the street, opt for those with clear company branding and always agree on the fare or ensure the meter is running before setting off. Being informed about the typical costs and shortest routes can also provide an added layer of protection against these deceptive practices. 3. The dangers of ATM fraud. In Prague, tourists must be vigilant when using ATMs, especially those situated in high tourist areas such as near Prague Castle, Old Town Square, and Wenceslas Square, where the footfall of international visitors is particularly high. These areas, bustling with activity, can often be prime targets for ATM fraud due to the higher likelihood of distracted users. ATM fraud in Prague typically involves skimming devices, which are clandestinely attached to ATM card slots and keypads to harvest users' card information and PINs. While some scammers prefer isolated machines to avoid detection, others boldly install skimming devices on ATMs in busy locations, betting on the cover of high traffic and the tourists' lack of attention to subtle signs of tampering. In addition to the advice of using ATMs within bank premises, tourists are encouraged to perform transactions during banking hours to ensure immediate assistance if anomalies arise. If you find yourself needing to use an ATM in a tourist hotspot, take extra precautions. Inspect the machine for any unusual attachments or residues indicating adhesive use. Cover the keypad thoroughly while typing your PIN, and avoid ATMs that appear outdated or poorly maintained. 2. Confrontations with fake police officers. The fake police officer scam is particularly prevalent in less crowded, more secluded areas where perpetrators can approach tourists without drawing immediate public attention. Areas adjacent to major tourist sites, like the quieter streets around Charles Bridge or the less bustling lanes near the Prague astronomical clock, can be hotspots for such scams. Tourists should be cautious when approached by anyone claiming to be a police officer, especially if out of the blue and in areas where police presence is not typically warranted. If you are confronted by someone claiming to be an officer, it is within your rights to request identification. True officers carry official badges and identification papers. 1. The restaurant Ruse. Restaurant scams in Prague can often occur in popular dining areas frequented by tourists, such as those in and around Old Town or nearby the historic districts housing Prague Castle. Some restaurants in these localities might exploit tourists' unfamiliarity with local dining customs or pricing norms. Key tactics include placing items like bread or condiments on the table without clear disclosure that they are not complimentary or presenting bills that are not itemized, making it difficult to dispute unauthorized charges. Tourists are recommended to dine where locals do, seek recommendations from trusted sources, and always clarify which items are chargeable before consuming anything that seems offered. When dining, always ask for a clearly itemized receipt and be aware of common practices like the inclusion of service charges. If something doesn't seem right, question it immediately. And know that local consumer protection agencies are there to assist in case of outright fraud or dispute. Bonus tip: avoiding currency exchange scams. When exchanging currency in Prague, it's crucial to remain vigilant regarding exchange booths or shops offering seemingly favorable rates. Some establishments may advertise no commission, but then apply significantly worse exchange rates during the transaction or include hidden fees that aren't disclosed up front. To avoid falling victim to such scams, consider exchanging currency at reputable locations such as established banks or official money exchange offices. These places are obligated to provide clear information on rates and fees, making them generally more reliable and transparent. You can easily find this information online and compare it with the offered rates. Lastly, always check for transparency at exchange offices, ensuring that their rates and fees are clearly displayed. Understanding the exact amount you'll receive after all charges is essential in avoiding any unpleasant surprises. By arming yourself with this knowledge, you can navigate Prague's enchanting streets with confidence, ensuring that your memories of this historic city are untainted by deceit. Always remember, vigilance and a healthy skepticism are invaluable companions on your travels, safeguarding not just your finances, but also the integrity of your experience in this beautiful city.